So here we are at board one, and what's going to happen, we've got nobody vulnerable and north-south dealer. I'd start off with a 2-heart bid. For some people, you might think this is too aggressive in your partnership because of the fact that your suit quality is not particularly good, and also a singleton king's not great. You'd much prefer it if it was, say, king 4th club, where the king's boosted up a little bit. But I still think that you should get in there. For starters, your first seat, you're also not vulnerable, and a 6-4 is a very powerful hand shape, so I'd get in there with 2 hearts. When it comes back around to south, they're going to have to pass as well. Anything that they bid will be forcing their partner to bid, so they don't want to do that. Now, west can bid 2 no trumps. This is sort of a hand that is somewhere about 15 to 19, usually 16 to 19, and a stopper in hearts. Basically, the preempts boosted you up, so you have to bid no trumps at a higher level. When it comes back to east, they should start off with a transfer. Even though hearts was opened, bidding 3 hearts is still going to be a transfer to spades, and our west player is going to accept that bid. Now, when we get around to east, I think this is going to be the hardest decision of all. So we mentioned that 2 no trumps in this situation shows about 15 to 19. It's a very, very wide range. And it means that here with basically, east has a 6 count, they also get a length point, so they're at 7. If their partner's got 19, they're definitely going to have the 25, 26 they want for game. If their partner's that 15 or 16, game's not going to be a very good prospect at all. Now, personally, I'd give game a shot, just because you don't want to miss that. You don't want to get preempted out of the way. But you'd also be quite fine to also just pass 3 spades. So you might pass 3 spades. Alternatively, you might bid 3 no trumps. Now, the thing about bidding 3 no trumps, you've told partner you've got 5 spades and enough for game. What does west want to do when they see you bid 3 no trumps? Now, the standard thing would be that they'd convert to a 4 spade contract because they do have a fit. One thing they might do though is they might actually consider passing 3 no trumps even though you've got a major suit fit, because of the fact that their stopper's just so strong in hearts. They've got at least a double stopper. They might even have a 3rd stopper. What this means is that knowing especially the distribution where it'll be 6, 4 and there's only 3 out between the other hands, this hand could play even better in no trumps because there's no risk of a heart ruff or anything like that. So west, the standard thing to do would be to convert the contract to 4 spades, but I've got a fair bit of sympathy. I'd probably actually pass 3 no trumps at the table. Now, as it so happens, you're going to go off if you decide to play 4 spades or 3 no trumps. So I'm not scoring too well there because you just don't have the timing to do everything. You've just got so many problems. In 3 no trumps, in theory, you've got your 5 spade tricks, 2 hearts and a diamond. But the problem, so that gives you 8, but your problem is that you're going to lose. You can also set up another heart potentially, but you're going to just lose the timing. And what's going to happen is that south's going to get in and they're going to be able to start on their diamonds and you're going to have problems. Also, getting 5 spade tricks is basically impossible because of the fact that east doesn't have any entries. So to get over to east, we're going to have to play to the ace of spades, and then to take the finesse, what's going to happen is that unless south covers our jack, we're basically going to get stuck in the west hand and have to lead out. So we're not going to have the entries to actually be able to pick up the spade suit for 5 winners. When you look at it in a spade contract, you're also going to have quite a few problems because of the fact, the same sort of things. You've got so many losers. You've got a spade loser, you've got 2 clubs, and you've also got 3 diamonds. So you've got a lot of work to do. You can't really rough your diamonds or else you're giving up on the finesse perspective. So you can only really rough 1 diamond, and you've also got the problem that north's going to over rough you if you're rough with the 4. So either contract's going to, 4 spades or 3 no trumps is probably going to go 1 or 2 down. Not really a fun place to be. So on the scoreboard test, you would have been much better passing 3 spades. But because of the fact that game is a good perspective, I'd give it a go with the east hand. It doesn't work out today. And what did happen was the preempt actually stopped us in our auction. If we hadn't had the preempt of 2 hearts, we would have got to a much more sensible place. South would have opened a diamond, we would have had a double by west, north would have bid a heart or 2 hearts depending on their system, and we probably would have just ended up playing in 2 spades, maybe 3 spades tops. So the preempt did well on this hand. Probably not a fun hand to be if you're an aggressive east-west pair.